Recently, Amazon updated their guidance with regards to what you can and can't say when using Amazon's messaging system. Now, the Amazon messaging system is used by sellers to get in touch with buyers, and the main reason that we use it for really is to request reviews. So, a lot of people that I've seen in the Facebook groups and just generally in the Amazon FBA world, they're using the messaging system incorrectly. They're breaking these new rules, and what's happening is they're getting themselves banned from being able to message customers whatsoever. So in this video, I'm going to be running through like the new rules, what the rules are with regards to using this messaging system, and the best ways for you to be able to request reviews from your customers completely legitimately without running the risk of getting banned. So before we actually get into the detail of what is and isn't allowed when messaging a customer using Amazon's like internal system, I just wanted to quickly show you this page here that tells you or that outlines all of the different methods that are allowed to be used when requesting a review. So if you are an active seller with Amazon FBA, you'll be familiar with all of these, but the three that I want you to pay attention for this video are the request a review button that you can press that automatically requests a review from the customer. The method of using a follow-up sequence, so like an autoresponder, i.e. with FeedbackWiz or Helium 10, or just directly messaging a customer. So those three methods there for requesting reviews, I want you to kind of just be aware of as we're running through these new rules, because all of those three use Amazon's messaging system, which means that they are impacted because of these new changes, these new guidelines. Okay, so now what we're going to do is run through the only exceptions as to when you are allowed to message a customer using Amazon's messaging system first, i.e. you are proactively messaging them. This is all part of Amazon's updated guidelines, so this is official information that is per Amazon's terms of service. So you are allowed to proactively message a customer, so message them first, if it will allow you to help, if it will help you to complete an order. So let's just say, for example, you sell personalized jewelry. If the customer hasn't given you the information of the personalization that they want, so maybe on a bracelet, you are allowed to message them first to request that. You're also allowed to message them to provide them with instructions or warranty information if they don't have that. So those are a couple of examples that kind of relate to completing an order. Now, the second one, and this is a big one that is tripping a lot of people up and getting themselves banned, is to request a review once. So the official guidance states that yes, you are allowed to request a review by messaging a customer, but you are only allowed to do it once. And this is why I pointed out these three methods here on the previous page, because all of those use Amazon's messaging system, which means that you can't use all three to request a review. You can only use one. And this is what is tripping up so many people and resulting in them getting banned, because they're using the request a review button, and on top of that, they're using Helium 10 or FeedbackWiz to request reviews multiple times. You can no longer request a review more than once. So if your follow-up sequence requests a review like after a couple of days and then sends another one a few days later requesting another review, or just requesting a review again, you're going to get yourself banned from using the messaging system. So take that into consideration. You're also allowed to message a customer proactively if it's to send an invoice, if it's to schedule a delivery, or if it's to obtain specific delivery details. And those last two, they're only relevant if you're doing fulfilled by merchant, i.e. you're not doing Amazon FBA. So now that we've run through what you can do, let's now run through what you should not be doing in any message to a customer, whether it be like a manual one that you've typed out or with an autoresponder. So these are the latest kind of rules with regards to what you can't say or do. So you cannot message a customer anymore just to say thank you for your order, or just to kind of give them more information about you, the seller. That is no longer allowed. So take that into consideration again, because a lot of people's like follow-up sequences, autoresponders, were just general emails to say thank you. If you do that, even though it's a nice message, it's going to result in you being banned from being able to send messages to customers. You can't include external links, so links to your own website or anything else. That's like always been a rule, but I'm just highlighting it again here. You can't direct sales away from Amazon, so encourage a customer to purchase from you on your own website. You can't send links or any attachment unless they are instructions, warranty information, or invoices, i.e. the things that I spoke about on the previous page. Now, again, this is going to trip a lot of people up because what they're doing is including ebooks with their product when they're selling things on Amazon. Now, I've done a bit of digging into this, and I think the way around that, if you do still want to include an ebook, is either within your product's packaging include an insert card that gives a link to where the ebook is uploaded, and that is like completely within the terms of service. Or alternatively, what you can do is email the customer instructions, warranty information, and within that include the ebook. So just kind of think about how you want to do that. Don't just send an ebook on its own, because Amazon doesn't consider that necessary to complete the order. And if you do that, you're going to result in yourself getting banned. You can also no longer use emojis or GIFs. I was gutted about this because I always use emojis and GIFs to kind of make my email look a bit better. Just make sure that you don't do that, because again, it's now against Amazon's guidelines. You can't include email addresses or phone numbers, and that's always been the case. And just to highlight it once more, you cannot ask for a review more than once. So if you've already messaged a customer asking for a review, if you've already pressed that request a review button, or if your auto emailer has asked for a review once, make sure that you don't do it again to the same customer, because it will result in you getting banned. So just to highlight that here, this point again, you can no longer send emails to customers just thanking them for their purchase or just including an ebook. So bear that in mind. Now, I have mentioned this already kind of in passing, but what happens if you break the rules? So Amazon do actually give you one chance to redeem yourself. What they'll do if you break the rules is, at first, they'll just ban you from being able to proactively contact a customer for 30 days. And what that means is you can't initiate any conversation or any messages with a customer whatsoever. If a customer emails you to ask a question, then you can reply. But if not, there's no other way of contacting a customer. So that's what happens with your first offense. If you do it again, like, you'll just get banned full stop from being able to ever contact a customer again. And currently there's no way to appeal this. Now, I spoke with the guys at FeedbackWiz, and they don't think that that's always going to be a case. This is like new guidance, but at the time of filming, like, if you get banned, that's it. You're not going to be able to contact your customer again proactively. So it's really important that you remember these rules and you stick to them. And if you get banned, this email here on the right is what you'll receive. One good thing that you are still allowed to do if you do get banned from using the messaging system is press the request a review button. So if you do get banned, then you can still press that button to request a review. But the downside is that you're not going to be able to actually manually message a customer to make it a bit more personal if you wanted to choose that route instead. Okay, so now that we've run through what you can and can't do, you're probably thinking, Jesus, Jansen, like, can you actually do anything now to request a review from a customer? Well, the good news is, yes, you can. And my job is to basically tell you exactly how to go about doing it. So remember, we spoke about at the beginning of the video the different methods that you can do to get a review. So if you're not already doing it, make sure that you've got insert cards or a message on your packaging that asks for a review in neutral language. So don't say, please can we have a 5-star review, or please can we have a review and we'll give you a free coupon or whatever. Just make sure that the language that you're using when requesting a review is compliant. So you should definitely be doing that. Now, with regards to using Amazon's messaging system to request a review, remember, officially we are allowed to do that to get a review, but we're just allowed to do it once. So there's 2 ways of doing it. Okay, 2 easy ways. You can either use the request a review button, so click into your order and press request a review, but that's a bit of a manual process. Or the method that I would recommend is by using FeedbackWiz. Now, there are plugins like free Chrome extensions, I think Helium 10 and Jungle Scout have them, that will allow you to log into Seller Central and just press one button using Helium 10 or the Jungle Scout extension, and it will automatically go through every one of your orders and press the request a review button for you. However, that to me is still not like automated enough. It's still quite manual because you've got to remember to do it, and also it will request a review from every single order. So what happens if you've had a number of orders that have resulted in refunds or just returns? Well, Helium 10 or Jungle Scout can't detect that, so they'll automatically request reviews from those people, which might mean you get a 1-star. Now, the method that I would recommend is FeedbackWiz, and this is a tool that I've been using ever since I first started selling on Amazon. And historically, what they've done is just allowed you to write a message in their system, which would then be automatically sent to a customer. Now, you can either use the FeedbackWiz's tool to still send that message to the customer, but make sure that you're compliant with your language, or you can use FeedbackWiz to automatically press that request a review button for you using certain metrics, and you don't need to log into Amazon Seller Central to do that. So, for example, you can log into FeedbackWiz and say, on the 5th day after an order has been placed, I want you to automatically request a review from every single customer using the request a review button, but only if they haven't asked for a refund or made a return. Okay, that's not something that you can do with those free extensions, and that to me is an absolute game changer. You can just do it within FeedbackWiz and it's all going to be automated. Now, alternatively, you can still use FeedbackWiz to send a message. The upside of being able to do that is that you can make the message, you can customize it and personalize it. You can tell the customer about your business, that you're a small family-owned business, that you're based in the UK, and so on, and then you can request a review. So me personally, I'm still doing that. I'm still making sure that my message to the customer is very personal, but I'm also making sure that it's fully compliant. So, I'm not suggesting a 5-star review, and I'm not putting links to my website, and so on and so on. So, what I would say is get FeedbackWiz if you want the most automated method possible. And what you can do is test either one. You can run a campaign for one product maybe that runs the request a review method, the request a review button method, and then you can maybe run a separate campaign for a different product that does a message. Or if you only have one product, just alternate it. Do it one for a couple of weeks using one method and then another method for another couple of weeks. The key is that you don't do both, okay? That's not allowed. Now, another benefit of using FeedbackWiz to message customers is that it automatically will detect if you are breaking any obvious terms of service. So if you've put in an emoji or a GIF, or you've put in your email or something like that, FeedbackWiz will automatically remove that for you before it goes through Amazon's messaging system. So it's a great safety barrier to have, and I would highly recommend it. I do have a voucher for you guys to use. It's an affiliate link, but it will give you your first month completely for free, and then 50% off for your second month. Normally it's about $15, so it's really not much at all. So those are the changes there, guys. That's the updated guidance. So the main thing to basically take into consideration is you can no longer just message customers just giving them an ebook or thanking them. You have to provide something that will allow you to complete the order officially. So instructions, warranty information, or personalization request, or whatever. And if you can't do that, then you're not able to do that anymore. You can only send a message really to request a review if you're doing Amazon FBA. What I would do, guys, is run through this video again. You can pause it and look at the slides just to make sure that you are familiar with this updated guidance. Just make sure that you're not breaking those rules, because what we don't want to happen is that you get banned from messaging customers ever again, which is going to impact your review rate. So that is it for this week. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for another Amazon FBA tutorial video.